Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist, and this is Lunar Living. In today's video, we are going to be talking about this very auspicious first quarter moon that falls in Cancer in the 4th house on April 9th. This full moon, or first quarter moon in Cancer, the reason why I call it auspicious is because as I was looking over the charts, I was noticing there's an aspect pattern, and granted in traditional astrology, it would normally be discounted, but something told me, and Spirit told me, this is important. This is very important. There is a grand water trine, there is a grand water trine occurring between the moon in Cancer, Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces in the 12th house, and Scorpio is falling within the 8th house. And in Scorpio, we have the South Node. Now, the South Node is all about things that we have perfected in our lives, things that we have done, things that come naturally to us. However, Scorpio and Taurus are both fixed signs. In Taurus, we have the North Node. Those two are always in opposition to each other. It's a very dynamic factor of any chart, is your North and South Node axis. In this one in particular, you have the North and South Node axis of Taurus and Scorpio. There's a great number of people that actually have the reversal of this in their natal chart. So they're actually learning how to experience both sides of the coin as these come in. Now, if you don't have either of these, if you don't have the Scorpio-Taurus axis or even a water and earth axis, you've got fire and air axis, such as myself. I have an Aries-Libra axis. Now we're experiencing from a natal chart and this transit, the energy of all four elements within the moon's nodes. And why is this important? This is important because we need to learn how to harness the natural elements that we come into contact with, that exist within the world. We need to, and it's not even about harnessing, it's about working in conjunction with them, working collaboratively, cooperatively to co-create the life that we want. A grand water trine or trine, depending on who you are. I prefer calling it trine because to me it is three and it represents a holy trinity. It represents a trinity of signs, planets within a specific element. In this case, we have something that is very, very rare. We have both the traditional and the modern rulers of Pisces in the house that Pisces rules, while we also have Cancer with the moon, who rules Cancer, and the 4th house, which Cancer rules. So we have the traditional placements for all of these, which means that we have cardinal energy, immutable energy, coming up and harmonizing in Scorpio with this South Node, harmonizing to help us break fixed patterns. Scorpios and Taurus are very similar in this aspect. They are fixed signs. They like things to be a certain way. They prefer it to be structured and as they know it. Scorpios are known to do things the hard way, a kind of my way or the highway kind of thinking. And as I pulled cards this morning and I was asking, what do we need to know? What archetypal energy is this moon bringing in? The Venom and the Offering came out. Okay. And I started thinking, I haven't cleared the cards completely. Let me clear the cards again. Sure enough, the Venom and the Offering came right back out. Spirit wants to talk about these two in regard to what we have going on in the cosmos right now. In the 12th house in Pisces, we have Neptune and Jupiter. And in that energy, we also have coming in, we've just had the beauty of Venus, who is exalted there, coming in. And so we are going to be seeing an expansion. That 12th house, I know you guys know, if you've been following me, I said time and again, like, Pisces season ran a train through me. Pisces season was so difficult for me. I was learning. It wasn't that it was destructive. It was deconstructive, so that I was able to build on a firmer foundation, an awareness, a passion, a purpose that was right for me. Pisces energy asks us to dive deep, to see what we fear, to ask for help in overcoming those fears, to ask for help in rising above when we are coming up like head to head with, say, an enemy. And I don't like using that because I don't see people as enemies. I see people as being confused, as being lost, and they see people in a certain way. However, Piscean energy, the origins of the constellation itself, were two lovers afraid, being chased and asking for help. They were turned into fish and put in the river, and they escaped from, I can't even remember off the top of my head who it was that they were running from, but it was, another god that disapproved of their love. This is about asking for help so that you are able to overcome and slip into the flow state and really traverse the rivers of your heart and your soul's depth. And knowing that you're protected, knowing that you have help when you ask for help. Now, the Venom card, and I absolutely love the Venom card because you can actually see the world. You can see Earth, like in a space picture of Earth. And you've got these teeth almost like a wolf, or I was hearing lupine. So like a werewolf. So the Venom card speaks about the poisons, the things that poison us. The Offering card speaks about giving something up. Now, we're going to go a little bit more into this, but there's also a message here that I want to talk to you guys about healing, about trust. Now, the 4th house, let's look at the moon directly. The 4th house is seen as the house of our roots, our ancestors, our family. It is our upbringing. It is the lowest part of the traditional chart is the 4th house and that IC line, the Imam Koli line. And that line signifies both ancestral wounding patterns, but it also is all the gifts and all the blessings that are wrapped up in a beautiful bow of come and look at us, come and discover us. And the moon rules it. So the first quarter moon, we've talked about this before, is all about taking initiative. It is about seeds that have been planted during the new moon or discoveries that have been made during the new moon. However the new moon impacts you, for me it's a kind of slow down process of, okay, we just had a lot of divine feminine energy. Now we're going back into divine masculine, but we're going to go on a blackout first. It's kind of like going into the void space where it's time for creative potentiality. When the first quarter moon hits is when I notice that my energy starts popping back up. And I love it. I absolutely love it. There was something different about this moon to me. I can't put my finger on it necessarily, but there is something with this first quarter moon. It's a primary moon. It hits at noon and sets right around, I believe it's sunset, midnight. I'd have to double check. But I think it's a 12 to 12 split. And even that in and of itself had become synchronistic for me. I had been seeing 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what this is about. We have these things occurring, and all of this energy is flowing through Taurus and the North Node and helping us to see where we want to go from here. The venom itself is the way that things have been in the past. And the moon sitting in Cancer is saying, let's look at our emotions here. Let's do an emotional deep dive. Let's do a psychic deep dive. It's time to accept the gifts that we have. It's time to open ourselves up for expansion of that. It's time to look at, question what we value, align ourselves with the things that matter to us, and to move forward from there. The offering, I used to hate the offering card. I used to hate the offering card. Why? Because the offering card was much like a self-sacrificial, give up something that you love. And I was at a point, the last time I saw this card, I was at a point in which I felt like I had given up the world. I had given up everything. So this card can be very triggering. The Venom card can be very triggering. This is saying this energy can be very triggering. What we need to do is look at what is being triggered. When we find what's being triggered, we find the surface level of venom. When we dig into that, dive down deep, because these are all water signs. That's what they want you to do. They are calling you to the depths. And I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4 on my clock again. They are calling you down deep into the depths, but not the depths of other people, not the depths of spirit. They're asking you to go deep internally. Communicate with your inner self. I've been reading Spirit Hacking by Shaman Durek, and we have a lot of the same understandings and awarenesses. Of course, his are different than mine. We've had different lives, different perspectives, but a lot of them are the same. I value any tool that can help me on my journey. And I will give anything an opportunity to help before I say, okay, this isn't right for me. So in his book, he talks about one of the steps called, I think it's soul hacking or soul talk. It's soul talk. That's what it is. He talks about soul talk and how you wake up every morning, and before you do anything, before you open your eyes, before you get up, before you meditate, before you make your coffee, before you check your phone, before anything else, you put your hands over your heart and you talk to your inner child. And you talk to your inner child and you reaffirm to yourself and to your inner child, I love you. You matter. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are brilliant. You are talented. You are worthy. You are enough. You are blessed. You say all of these things to your inner child, and you feed your inner child true love that you may not have received yourself as a child. You reparent yourself in this aspect. And when you do that, your inner child will respond. And I can tell you, I've only done it once. I did that this morning. I did that, and then I had this wave of peaceful slumber wash over me. And I went back to sleep. And I remember as I was waking up, I heard something along the lines, I do have it written down, but it was something along the lines of the only way that you need to shine your light in the world is by loving yourself. And it was something that I was like, maybe I should share that with the collective. The actual written, the way that it's written out, I am not going to share it with you guys because it was deeply personal. There was other stuff, but I apologize. I hit my mic. But the point here is we all are constantly thinking about how can I be of service? How can I be of light? How can I do this? How can I do that? And we're not thinking about what our internal landscape looks like and what kind of venom we need to suck out. If a snake bites you, you have to suck the venom out before it destroys you. Other times, we need to see where in our lives there are things that are venom, true venom, things that make us feel. My favorite word is to say it makes me feel icky. It makes me feel icky. My solar plexus is my spiritual alarm system. It knots up, it locks up. I feel physically nauseous in an environment, around people, or when I am at home engaging in something that is not something I should be doing. Now, this isn't, I'm not in any way, shape, or form passing judgment, because you know what? I have been watching The Bachelor and The Bachelorette incessantly. Do I know why quite yet? I have no idea. I have no idea. I know that I will discover what it is that Spirit wants me to know through this, because nothing pulls to you, calls to you for no reason. Many of those moments are an offering to help you overcome some sort of venom in your life. Honestly, I could tell you that what just came through is some of the reason why Spirit has me watching The Bachelor and The Bachelorette is to get some perspective on the view that modern society has had, how it has evolved through time through something like this show on love, and why we should not trust anyone outside of our own hearts about love. And yes, that includes me if I do a love reading. This is why Spirit knows I don't like doing love readings, because it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. What if I said the wrong thing? What if you misconstrued it? There are a lot of those. And I believe in love. I believe love is the ultimate force in the world. And I believe love is what we are meant to be and give and receive in this world. Everything boils down to love and energy, and love is energy, and energy is love, and that is all we are in essence at the end of our lives, at the beginning of our lives, and truly in the middle, even when we've forgotten it. This moon and the energy of it is going to continue to flow, and it's going to be something that Spirit says, what is it that is harming you, and what is helping you? What have you offered up? And what offerings can you see coming in for you? Can you remove your blinders? Can you see the truth of what you're worthy of, and what is right for you, and who you are, and what people want for you? Take action towards that. Because Spirit is offering you this unique opportunity to really allow for you to have emotional freedom by taking emotionally centered, heart-centered steps forward. Whatever is going to come in, and I can look at the astrology charts and I can break it down. You know, there's a bunch of communication stuff. There's a bunch of whatever. I could do all of that, but that was not the focus Spirit wanted me to have. The focus is on the water energy. And this is not specific to water signs. It is literally rushing through the collective. I've been watching readings on and off for months where the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups have been repeating over and over and over again for almost all the signs. This is because we are in an energetically emotional time. We're being called to understand that we have offered up our emotions as though they're poison, and we can heal that now. We can heal that now. This energy is going to continue to flow. It's going to flow through the full moon. It's going to flow directly into the black new moon. And that black new moon and solar eclipse is the absolute best time for massive changes to be wrought in your life. And if you trust and you move from the heart and you listen to spirit and listen to spirit and listen to spirit, I have it just like, it's like echoing in my head. Just, you know how you speak it out into an empty stadium? You speak something into an empty stadium and it just bounces off of all the walls and the ceiling and the floor, and it just keeps going around and around and around, and you just can hear it. It is literally like I've been saying this into an empty stadium. I'm ready for the stadium to be filled with people who are listening. Now is the time to listen. Listen deeply. Listen to hear and not to respond. Listen to become aware without reacting. Listen for healing. This is the collective energy reading. It went way more in depth, and there was a lot more to it than I expected, as I just was channeling everything. Can't wait to rewatch this. Wow. There will be timestamps down in the comments. We are going to be doing short energy readings for each individual element. And I am going to, again, shift away from advising you to go with your sun, moon, and your rising, because say your Mercury is calling to you and you know what your Mercury sign is, go for it. Say one of these items up here calls to you. You want to see the sword energy because you're not really sure. You feel like you have been gusted about in life, or you feel like you have lost all spark. Then you're going to want to veer towards fire. You're going to want to veer towards air. Whatever it is. We all have all the elements in our lives, in our charts. I don't want you to box yourself in if you feel like you have messages, but also remember to use your discernment and take only what fits within your life. Do not try to make it fit. It is not meant to be shoved into a box. These are messages for a very big collective. I want to say thank you guys for being here. I will see you at your signs. Bye. Hello, fire signs. So, you remember how I said the Six of Cups kept coming up in a lot of the collective readings? That was actually your very first card. So we're going to dive directly into your messages. The reason why I pulled and flipped them ahead of time is Spirit wants a lot of focus on the collective message. Excuse me, I have been having so many issues with my throat chakra lately. Spirit wanted a lot of focus on the collective messages, but there is an importance here to realize where you fit within the collective, because you do fit within the collective, within all of the collective. And I feel very strongly as though you have been struggling with that a lot. The Six of Cups, the Tower card, the Six of Swords, the Judgment card. A lot of this energy is tied to this shark card, and especially the issues that I'm having with my throat chakra, because there's almost like this fear locking my throat up every time I try and read these cards. But the funny thing is as I was shuffling these cards, the only one that I didn't see in cuts or rifles was the Judgment card. So for the Judgment card to come up at the end is absolutely beautiful. For this Agape card to be here, for the Horse card to be here. So let me tell you guys, the Six of Cups is telling you to think about your roots. Think about how strong your roots are, how strong they go. You have this tree here, and then the tree gets struck by lightning, but the tree only gets struck by lightning on the top. There is nothing that can shake the roots of a tree. If you think about when a tree gets actually struck by lightning, the roots do not get hit. This is about seeing where you feel as though something has come into your life and has hit you. And it feels as though things are crumbling down, but you have to remember, Spirit is saying, please remember how strong, how stable, how firm your roots are. Go deep into your roots, into your family's roots, into the roots of who you are within. You're going to find your inner child when you dig down deep within yourself. And the Six of Swords, this is my absolute favorite Six of Swords, because you have all of these swords and they're being washed clean. It's being washed clean, and there's this beautiful rainbow over top. And this is a beautiful depiction of communication coming in, or a refreshing nature to your communication. A lot of the emotional feelings that I have from here have been holding things back and keeping things kind of clamped down. I can't do this and I can't do and you keep putting yourself into this mindset of I can't, I don't, I won't, things like that. And Spirit is like, it's time for something to drastically change, because you need to understand that no negative judgments that you put upon yourself are actually reflective of who you are, of what your worth is, and what your truth is meant to be here in the world. And you absolutely 100% have every right to speak your truth into the world. Speak your truth into existence. But do it from a place of love. The Shark card is all about speaking honestly. It's about directed, honest words and actions. Agape is universal, unconditional love. That is literally what agape is. Agape is what we are at our essence. And the Horse card is about taking action. This moon cycle is about taking action, but this is saying be honest about your emotions. Be honest about the things that you feel you can't do or won't do or aren't meant for. Be really honest about all of those things, and then dig down deep into you and see that at the root of all of that, is something that is being washed clean finally. It's a mindset that does not serve anymore. It's a mindset that is ready to be revolutionized within you to free you for a more peaceful path forward. This moon is about you taking action to clear and clean your own thoughts, your own communicative style, your own way of being in the world that says, this is who I am, and I am choosing to embrace me, because when I embrace me, the world embraces me, because we are on the same page and we all embrace each other in nothing but divine love. Take action forward to be honest with yourself, to be truthful with yourself, and to see that your roots go down firm into the ground, far deeper than any lightning could ever stop. But you are attuned to lightning as it is. Lightning is so powerful. It is an incredibly powerful magnetic force. And it is okay for it to come into your life. It is okay for you to harness it, because now is the time where you are ready for it. So let your mind be washed clear. Let yourself become a beacon of love here, of honest, truthful love. And know that Spirit is saying, whatever you feel like has shaken you to your core, that you have lost, that you can't do, whatever it is, it's all a fallacy. It's all wrong. That's not, you are divinity. You are divine love. You are meant to be honest. It doesn't make you a shark in the water sniffing around for blood. It makes you part of everything. It makes you 100% worthy. Stop holding yourself back. Release any and every judgment from whatever came before, because none of that is going to happen again. Because the judgment card is like Judgment Day. Judgment Day is not a bad thing. It is a beautiful thing. It is freeing. It is saying, come out of where you have been stagnant. Come out of where you have been holding yourself back and let your beautiful voice shine into the world, because now is the time for you to take that action. Now is the time for you to move forward, because you have learned how to move from the heart, how to talk from the heart, and you are ready to share with the world the things that you have learned from times past, from experiences past, the things that you have learned from losing everything and gaining everything, from knowing how to clean and cleanse and clear your mind, your energy, your space. You've learned all of it, and now you get to take that into the world and make something of it, whatever it is that you choose. Whatever it is that you choose. Fire signs. I know your energy in the charts have been, it's been kind of touch and go. But this is literally saying you've been through the mill, and it's time now to allow for a cleansing, because you're being freed. Look at this. There are all these birds that are rising up. They're rising up, but there's only one bird at the top, spreading its wings. There's one white dove. That is literally you. Let yourself rise now. Let yourself rise now. Rise into the light. Rise into love. Rise into a new you, because a new you is ready to emerge. And as this new you emerges, it is the perfect time for you to do it, because fire and water are seen as polarities, and I can understand that. However, they temper each other. They balance each other. They are, whenever you have polarities, whenever you have opposites, those two are inextricable, quantumly entangled, intertwined, because they are meant for that combination factor. Just as in the charts, earth and water find each other because they flow together. They build and break each other down in the beautiful ways that they are meant to, in order for them both to find harmony. Fire is tempered by water, and water is transformed by fire. So allow this transformation of your emotional body by being honest with yourself, and then moving forward in a state of love for whatever it is that you want to do. You have the right to choose. You have permission to choose. Give yourself permission. Fire signs, this is going to be an incredible first quarter moon for all of us. Definitely for you. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the likes and sharing and subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get updated every time I post a new video. And if you are interested in any of my books or courses, the description box will have links, discounts, and the whole 9 yards. And I just want to say thank you in advance for all those who have donated. Thank you for those who are donating still. You guys really keep this channel going, and I love you all. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Signs. All right, so let's get right into it. I had pulled your cards and wanted to flip them so that these messages are as straight to the point as possible. Spirit definitely insisted upon a lot of the focus being on the collective reading, but still wanted to make sure to bring forth directed messages. Now, the one thing that I noticed about your cards is we're just going to look at symbolism here. You have a lot of color. You have all the color. Like, these are not traditionally very colorful cards. I'm working with the Wild Unknowns, but they have a few cards in them that are very prominently highlighted with colors. You have the Two of Wands, the Justice card, the Hermit card, and you have the Six of Cups, which again doesn't surprise me at this point, because like I said, the Six of Cups is one of those that has been repeating a lot in the collective. This is about our roots. This is about who we are down deep. This is about our ancestral roots and inheritance, and especially with the fourth house, this is very important. And being earth signs, your roots are about your roots here in this life, in this world. And normally for the Desert card, I would see this as you know, you've been out stuck in the desert, and you can see this hand just kind of reaching up, and the moon is dark on it, and it can have this sense of being left out or struggling to find some source of an oasis or water or help or anything like that, but that's not what I'm getting from it. The desert is sand. The desert is a raw representation of earth energy. So this is the energy that I'm picking up here, is all about learning to listen to your inner guide, your inner teacher, learning to hear the song of your ancestors playing from generations ago, knowing that you're never actually discounted or alone. And every time that you look towards the future, you feel like what's the point here? The point of moving towards the future, and this always reminds me of like a train track, but the track hasn't been completed yet. And until you bring yourself into balance, both the light and the dark, and you understand that there is a balance to everything, but there is polarity to everything. It doesn't mean there's duality. It means that you balance those out. It doesn't mean that there needs to be dichotomy. You balance those out, and you do that by knowing that you are safe and you are protected, and you do shine a light, and you do have safety and security and a home within yourself. All of what you need is contained within you. It's a common spiritual teaching, but it's very hard to get to, especially when you feel like you've been struggling for a very long time. Now, as earth energy, there's water and there is fire on this board. And that is something that is calling to you to really harness. It's not about not having enough. It's not about lacking it. It's about you harnessing it, you learning how to recognize it, learning how to work with it. It's learning how to know that you can see your emotions, be aware of your emotions. You can learn to not react in an emotional state, but rather to harness those emotions to better yourself moving forward, to learn from them and learn from others. The Cobra card talks about the inner teacher, but it also speaks to the common phrase of when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the teacher is ready, students will appear as well. So it goes both ways. This is about the readiness that you feel. And you can look towards the future and look towards the future, but it's about learning to not just gaze into it, but to take directed action forward. Let yourself be guided. Let yourself be supported. Let yourself touch into your roots. Dig deep down and really see that you have everything. You have all the potential and everything that you could possibly need during this time. And it is for you to take these directed actions, take these steps. Know that whatever time frame it is that you want to see evolve from what it was before, whatever it is, whether it's a cycle of emotional patterning where you don't want to be reactive anymore, whether it is everything that I try, it doesn't seem to go where I want it to go. This is about your roots. It's digging deep into you, and it's saying, okay, this is what I want for me. And Spirit is coming in and saying, can you harness this energy here? Can you harness this energy and realize that the desert is a natural element for you? It is natural for you, but it is about an imbalance of heat and earth. Balancing those out, you can't, it's like you can be a little bit too grounded, or you can be a little bit too rash. Either way, there is energy from your emotions coming up during this time that are saying, we need water. We need to be nourished. It's time to nourish your roots. It's time to give to yourself, to learn of yourself, so that growth is possible. Growth is potential. Growth can occur, so that there is a balance to things. The Justice card, I love this Justice card because it is a combination card of so many things. You have all the chakra colors. So this is about balancing your inner world. But then you've got the white and the black, and this is balancing your inner and your outer world. You've got cats. Cats are very clever. They're very intelligent, but they are also they like their own space. And when they want something, they will make it known. So this is about you knowing boundaries, knowing limitations. And I don't mean limitations like I can't do this because I'm limited, but it's saying I've gone this far and now I'm hitting this point. I want to rest. I want rejuvenation. And saying it's okay to do that. It's okay to do that for yourself. You want to balance things out. You want to balance being playful and joyful with being down to earth and logical and practical. You want to balance your emotions with your temper. You want to balance your actions with rest and reflection. You want to bring a balance to everything that you do, because when you bring that balance in, then you find an equilibrium point in your life where there is absolutely nothing that can shake you from the deep roots that you have already set down. Nothing is going to dry you out. It's okay to do the work, and it's okay to accept all facets of who you are and what you want to do. Nobody in the world is going to tell you, or no one in the world has the right to tell you what you can and cannot do. They tell you what they believe from their perception, but it's your perception, your belief, your roots, your connection to spirit, to your ancestors, to your everything in your life, and especially to your heart, to your emotions, to your drive, to your ambition. All of that you know. I don't know that. Your mom doesn't know that. Your best friend, your ex, your lover, your partner, none of the other people in the world know your inner landscape. You know it, and spirit knows it, and that's where you and spirit are meant to come together and work together. Where you are meant to learn about the different things that are calling to you, and know that it's okay to learn those things. It's okay to do all the things that you want to do. It's about being a part of the whole and knowing that you're a part of the whole, no matter what it takes, no matter what things are pulling to you, no matter what. Lay down the rest of the train tracks and go. Don't continue moving. It's not even a don't. It's you want to move forward, so you have to do what is right for you to move forward. It's time for it. It's time. Earth signs, this is going to be an amazing moon for all of us. I can see that there are some very powerful energies in play for all of you. harness it. You're going to do amazing things. Thank you so much for the likes and the shares and for subscribing to my channel, for all the support and the love that you guys give me. I cannot thank you guys enough. It fills me so much with gratitude and keeps me going here. I want to say a little reminder that there is a notification bell up in the corner. That way you get notified when my videos get posted. And if you are interested in my books or my program, please check the description box. There are links to those. There are discounts to the program. And I want to say thank you to everybody who donated and donates to my channel. You guys are rock stars, and you truly help support this channel and continuing moving forward. All right, Earth signs, I love you all. I will see you at my next video. Bye. Hello, air signs. All right, this is your message from the first quarter moon in Cancer. And this is powerful. I mean, it's powerful. You've got 2 7s on the board. You have the moon card. You've got the bridge, the fire ant, the cobra, and then you've got the daughter of wands. You have a lot of fire energy. You've got Piscean energy, and you have this almost mercurial energy to you, except it's all fiery. Well, Mercury is sitting in the sign of Aries during this moon phase. And this is about communication, about how you communicate. Air signs, you have been in this state of feeling like you're always battling, you're always trying to or needing to justify, to defend. There's this underlying worry and fear of being deceived. Normally with the 7 of Swords, I say I don't ever read it as the card of, deceit and deception. But in this one, you have the fox, and a fox can be very sly. And you have all of these swords up on display, but there is one that is hidden. It's this clinch factor. This one thing that's buried deep within you that is needing to come out and be brought into the light. Because once you pull that one aspect, that one mentality out, you're going to understand far deeper about the ways that you create mental illusions to who you really are, because you are a bridge. The bridge is about connection. Sometimes we get into a state where we're not able to see quite clearly. We're not able to understand fully. A lot of that is what I pick up from this fire ant energy. A fire ant is not going to respond to you. It's not going to burn you. It's not going to bite you. It's not going to sting you unless it feels threatened by you. And the seven of Swords with this fire ant makes it feel a lot like you guys have felt threatened by a lot of things lately. And because of that, you feel like you stand alone. You stand alone and you're doing this all on your own. But the Daughter of Wands is the focal point of this whole spread here. It's the energy that wants to be seen. It wants you to use this moon phase to illuminate the truth of you. You have this beautiful, youthful, inspirational energy to you. It's not childish. It's not naive. It's very youthful. It's the perpetual student within you that is looking for a deeper understanding, a deeper awareness. And the Cobra card matches with this beautifully, because the Cobra card talks about your inner guidance system, your inner teacher, but it also talks about when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, when the teacher is ready, the student will appear as well. You are a bridge, which means that you aren't naive about the things that have occurred in the past. You aren't naive about the way that the world works anymore. You actually see beyond the illusions that you never used to see beyond. Something has changed so that you understand this Seven of Swords and this Seven of Wands energy far more, but I'm still picking up this kind of latent reactive state. And when you're in a reactive state, then you can flash with anger, you can flash with rage or resentment, you can fight back before you realize what it is that you're fighting. Because in reality, in essence, when you are in that state, the only thing that you're actually fighting is yourself. You're fighting your truth, you're fighting your heart, you're fighting your love, you're fighting your inspiration, you're fighting the things that you know are right for you, and you're not able to stop the fire from going out of control. When there's a fire in a building and they don't properly give air to the building, they don't open the airflow up, you can have an explosion. Oxygen feeds fire. It feeds the fire. So fire can either burn or it can cleanse. And the way that fire is going to work in your life is 100% dependent on how you approach it. The energy that I feel like you need to try and harness here is a lot of that Piscean energy, Jupiter, Neptune. Let yourself expand upon the things, the dreams, the imaginative quality that you have within you. Let that help be the connection that you have to your path forward, to this moon phase, to what you want to do and build, but also the connection that you need so you stop being in this reactive state of, I've got to burn everything down, essentially. Burning everything down, being destructive, that's not, it's definitely a fire quality. It's definitely a fire and air mix quality. And when you're not aware that the energies out in the cosmos are literally saying, like, we've got the sun, we've got Mercury, and we have Chiron, all sitting in Aries. And Aries is about the self. It's about Mars energy. So you can get very fiery. You can get very reactive. Learning how to bridge that with your inner guidance, your inner teacher, your inner sage is going to help get you back into this Daughter of Wands energy where you feel and you know and you trust that you have a deeper connection to spirit than what the world makes it seem as though you do, because you're now listening to yourself. You have bridged this sense of, I'm going to sting if you come near me, to, I know that I can take a step back. I know that I can evaluate this. I know that I can see what's hidden within. I know that I can bridge one situation to another and see the patterning. I know that the moon will guide me and lead me. I know that my gifts will guide me and lead me. I know that my inspiration is meant to be in the world, and I am ready for it to be expanded. And that is what this first quarter moon is asking you to take the initiative on. Take the initiative on finding that one thing that's hidden down deep inside you that's keeping you in this reactive state. Look at it. Bring it into this light, this beautiful light. Bring it up into it. Look at it. Don't try to evaluate it, but just look at it. Become aware of it, because once you become aware of it, that's all it wants. It's just like a shadow aspect. It just wants you to know it's there. Just like your inner child wants you to know, wants you to love. It wants to know its worth, and you want to know your worth, but you have to give your worth to yourself first and foremost before the outside world can tell you anything. And when you give your worth and your love to you first, the world will show you exactly the level and the magnitude of the love and worth that you hold within you. The moon to me it's that beacon of light in the night sky that shows us our way forward in the darkest of times. And if you've been following this for a while, you know that I feel like the moon is the soul of the chart. The moon is where our souls come in. It's how our souls are embodied. All the different factors of the moon, from the north node to the south node to the black moon Lilith to your moon placement and the phase of the moon that it was in, are all helping you come back to the essence of who you are. It's meant for liberation. It's meant for inspiration. It's meant to help you bridge how everybody is supposed to work together and we're all supposed to do this for the collective, but also seeing that we are individual and it's okay to be that one person that says, this is what I'm going to do for me, and then I'm going to do this for you. It's okay to do that. And it's only this one little thing inside of your mind that says that you can't, or it's not right for you, or it's not right for the collective. Anything that is right for you is right for the collective. There's so much fire energy here, and you can amplify that. You can blow it out of control. And I don't mean like blowing things out of proportion. I did actually just get hit with like it was like a resistance boundary here of emotions. I am saying, if you think about a forest fire, when there is a spark and there is a fire that occurs and there are high winds, that forest fire spreads rapidly. And it's widespread destruction. This is about knowing how to temper your own fire energy within your air energy and your fire energy together. It's learning how to temper the things that make you, or the things that trigger something within you that cause a reaction, learning to recognize them, learning to identify them, and then learning to move forward without allowing those triggers to burn everything to the ground, because it's just destructive. And you want to be deconstructive. If you want to take something down, find out why it wasn't right for you by going within and asking yourself, please show me what it was that wasn't right about this situation. Was I getting ahead of myself? Was I on the wrong path? What was it that I was mistaken in this sense by? Was it because of other people's input and opinions? What was it? Because whatever it is it's like this thorn in your mind that spirit wants to just pull. It's like a splinter that spirit wants to pull out so that you can see, and then burn it, cleanse it, get it out of you, but not allow it to anymore break down and create a reactive kind of connection, but instead a harmonious connection. And this bridge card that I'm looking at, there is two hands, and one of them is an adult and the other one looks like a child's hand. This is about your connection to your inner child right now. Feed your inner child with love, with dedication, with listening. Your inner child is that daughter of Wands energy within you that wants to be heard, wants you to just embrace it. I always think of when I sit and write, even though I am a nonfiction author, when I sit and write, I always feel like I am side by side with my inner child, or embodying my inner child, because my inner child loved books. Loved reading and learning and the lessons that were contained within books. Loved the way that a story could help bridge something within you to the outside world in a deeper understanding, so that you don't feel like you're alone. That is how I have always felt. If you are a painter, if you are a blogger or a podcaster, or even if you just work customer service, or you work in retail, or you're a waitress, you can bring that essence into everything you do. And in that way, you stop deceiving yourself that you're not capable of that level of freedom, and that anger and resentment and rage at never being seen as a child dissipates. And the lessons of that become the bridge for you to be a teacher in the world of that pain. So people stop deceiving themselves and start seeing the true essence and the true beauty and the true magnificence or magnanimity that you are. I'm hearing a lot of words. Air signs, I went way more in detail and a lot longer than I planned on, but when Spirit speaks through me, I'm more than happy to stay open to that. And so I hope that these messages are exactly what you need to hear. This first quarter moon feels so important to me. I cannot explain it. I just feel it energetically. And I can see here the struggle, and I know it's time for a change, and I can see that it will be illuminative. It will be like dreams come true change. If you believe it, when you believe it, how you believe it, whatever it is for you, that's what it will be. Air signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to you guys for all of your likes and the shares and subscribing to my channel and following me. It fills me up to know that I'm reaching people. I also want to say, don't forget to hit the notification bell up in the corner. And if you're looking for a little bit more guidance or help, I do have 2 books that are published on Amazon. You can go ahead and check out those links in the description box. And you can check out my Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom course down in the description box as well. There is a link to that, as well as a 50% off discount for you guys. So, hey, that's pretty awesome. I also wanted to say thank you real quick to any and everyone who has donated to my channel and is donating to my channel. You guys keep this channel up and moving and going, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much. I will see you guys all at my next video. I love you all. Bye. Hello, water signs. This is your message from the first quarter moon in Cancer. We are going to dive right in. First of all, I was hearing the zodiac signs that are associated with this, things that you want to be aware of. We have all of the other signs or all of the other elements here, and they're mixed with yours. So we've got the Star, which is Aquarian energy, Temperance, which is Sagittarian energy, and then we've got the Devil, which is Capricorn. Now, I know that we all can tend to get a little panicky about the Devil, just like we get a little panicky about the Tower card, but the Devil, as soon as I set it down, I was like, okay, after the Temperance, awesome. And then all I heard was Capricorn. Okay, so let's dig in. So, water signs, you guys are all kind of the same. Like, and it's not a bad thing. I freaking love it. Because where any other signs can struggle, you're here pouring your cup out. You're here because your cup is full and you're pouring all the extra out into the world. You are literally a shining star. You have the Star, the 9 of Cups, the Temperance, and the Devil card. And in this combination, what Spirit is telling me is you literally have been like wishing on stars. You have your hopes, you have your dreams, you have your goals. You know that you're this rising star. And right now, during this first quarter moon, it is essential for you to understand that you also have the ability to transmute any and every piece of negativity within you and allow for a transformation to occur. Now, in Capricorn, right now, as many of us are well aware, as we're finally coming down to the end times of it, though honestly, I can tell you it's been wonderful in my life. We have Pluto. Pluto is moving through Capricorn, and Pluto rules Scorpio. In modern rulership, Mars in traditional rulership. So we have Pluto in Capricorn, which is bringing forward that earth energy to help break down the barriers of those fixed natures that we have had in Scorpio. So Pluto is really helping with that energy a lot. And it's asking us to really transform the way that we view ourselves, the world, our worth, everything. You're also here transmuting all of those things that make us feel like we have to run away from our emotions. Like, our emotions are these terrible things. You guys are harnessing such beautiful collective energies for so many people. Aquarius is the ruler of the 11th house, and every time I think of Aquarius, I just automatically go to the 11th house and the cupbearer and the story behind it, and how he had the cup with the waters of life. He could have made himself immortal, but instead he gifted it to the world. He was wronged, he was hurt, he was abused and kidnapped. And he still did wonders for the people on earth, the people that he loved, the people he was of and from and wanted to give back to. But there is the underlying factor of the 11th house is not just about our connection to the collective or our groups or our communities or anything like that. It's about our dreams. It's about our goals. It's about our path to fortune. Traditionally, in ancient astrology, the 11th house was seen as the house of fortune. It was where we were to find what we believe we will find in our 10th house in modern astrology. So this is about learning to see things and see the gems that you have within you. Learning that you can choose what star you're going to shine into the world, but that you are a star and it's okay to do that. It's okay to harness those energies. And this Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups is this accumulation of the 9 cups. It's you've been through trial, error, loss, grief, regrowth, rebirth, death, rebirth again. It's this perpetual cycle. You've been there, but you have built up all 9 of these cups. The time for you is now. It's okay to be a little bit selfish. It's okay to be selfish in this, because what you're doing is you're transmuting all of those negative thoughts and opinions and beliefs that you used to have about yourself by seeing your truest worth, by seeing how far you have come. The Queen energy is literally knowing that you are the gem in the world. It's knowing that you have pearls of wisdom ready to be shared with the world. Everything in here is saying, look at how amazing you actually are. Water signs. I don't know why. These are the messages that always come through. It's almost like I'm just here as your pep squad. And you know what? That's awesome, because I love your energy. I love, love, love your energy. When you guys struggle, I really feel it. But the thing is when you guys struggle, whenever I tap into a water pile where you guys are struggling, never fails within a week, you guys have shifted right back to this state. That is one of your cups. You have this rapid ability to become temperance, to learn how to alchemize things, how to transmute things, how to turn lemons into mansions, which nobody can do, but you guys can do it. You guys can do it. You have this majestic nature to you. The lion is all about knowing how regal, how royal, how purposeful you are, but knowing that you stand here as the leader in your life. A camel is both water and fire and earth, and it moves through the desert, but it carries everything it needs on its back. It needs nothing from no one, but it is strong and it is capable, and it gives and gives, because a camel will carry its own load, and then it will carry a person, and it will carry a person's load. And that energy with this very regal, very royal, I know my place in the world, I know who I'm meant to be. This is like royalty flooding through your bloodstream, and your ancestors and your guides saying, it's time to transmute this final cup. This final cup, so you can step into your role. The lion energy is giving me your divine masculine. The queen energy is giving me your divine feminine. And in all honesty, the camel is what it feels like when you bring them completely into balance. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, the devil card is not what it seems. The devil card here is about your Capricorn energy. Where is Capricorn in your chart? What is it doing? And how is Pluto impacting it? I am going to tell you that Capricorn in my chart, depending on the house system, is either in my 6th house or it spans my 5th house, but it is the ruler of my 6th house. Now the ruler of my 5th house is in my 6th house. So I have that flow between the two. What that means is when Pluto has been working its way through Capricorn for me, it's been revolutionizing and transforming how I view my own creative skills and how I view myself and how creativity feeds me and fuels me and brings me a sense of self-love. Even if it's not in the world, it just makes me feel better. It's a form of self-love to me. And when I do that, I am able to come forward into the collective far clearer, happier, and ready to give without expectation, without anything. It is the purest essence of the 6th house of service and health. When Pluto moved through Capricorn, my entire health changed. It got worse and then it got better. And it stayed better. What has Pluto done for you? Think back to 2018. What has changed over the past 4 years for you? What has changed? Because when you think back to that, you're going to see all of these cups are what you have been building, what you have been doing. And you're going to see just how brightly you shine amidst those who do not sparkle the same. And you shining will teach them how to. Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Capricorn, and some Leo energy in here. Where are those in your chart? What are those placements? Look into that if you are very, very drawn to astrology. If not, what Spirit is showing me is do some journaling, do tarot spreads. You guys are my psychics, so otherwise, some of you just need to stop for a minute and listen, because I'm hearing your clairaudience will lead you to what you need to see about this last cup, about this last transmutation. And this is giving you the freedom that you've been asking for so long. I just saw 11:22 on my clock, which has been repeating for me. I don't know about the rest of you, but it bears mentioning. You have a 6, you have a 5, you have an 8 and a 9 and an 11. No repeating numbers, which is beautiful, because if you think about it, you have 6, you have 5, 6, 8, 9, and then 11. You guys, you're still progressing upward. It's actually pretty cool to look at the way that I'm looking at it right now. Check your 5th house, your 6th house, your 8th house, your 9th house, and your 11th house. Check those houses and see what's happening in them, because I guarantee you those houses are important for you right now. But remember that even whatever astrology says, it's what you feel. So go based off of what you feel. But water signs, this feels so disjointed and kind of all over the place, and I think that might be some of what this cup is that you're transmuting to add to the pile. Which, I mean, come on, guys, if if you guys get to the 10 of Cups in a week, like, can we be best friends? Because that's so cool. I would be amazed. I wouldn't be surprised, because you guys do this to me all the time, but I would be amazed. Let your star shine. Like, shoot off. Do what you want to do. You guys are really stepping into who you are, no matter what anybody else says. And that is fucking badass. I'm sorry for the language, but that's what just came through. Like, you guys are badass, and it's time to own it. It is time to own it. All right. Wow. Water signs. I love reading your guys' energy all the time. It's so amazing. Never doubt yourselves. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the likes and the shares. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already, go do it. now. Hit the little notification bell up in the corner so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Down in the description box, there are 2 books on Amazon that are my books. Go read them. The links are in the description box. There is also a link to my program, Breaking Boundaries, Finding Freedom, with a fun little 50% off discount code. So anybody who goes and does that gets a 50% off discount code. Great program. It is amazing. It is life-changing. It changed my life. And I mean, it kind of had to, because I had to go through everything that I went through in order to develop it. And I wanted to say one other thing. Thank you so much to everybody who has donated and is donating to my channel. You guys are the rock stars that keep me going, that keep me financed. And I cannot thank you guys enough. My gratitude knows no bounds with you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I will see you guys at my next video. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you all. Bye.